The original plan for this leg of the road trip included a visit to Lassen National Park. Alas, it had snowed and the park road was closed. So here are some images we shot on our drive up to Oregon. Here's an old barn along Highway 299 going north out of Lassen Volcanic National Park. I just love to photograph old farm buildings. What a great find for two old buzzards on a road trip. I actually spotted this road first on our Garmin GPS unit and saw that we were soon coming up to it. Having just left a 110-degree afternoon in Red Bluff, California, we can fully agree with this sign. These sculptures were decorated for the 4th of July. They're about 3 miles northeast of Aden, California on Highway 199. By the weapon being held and the Marine Corps flag, we figure a retired Marine created this. Here's an old Grange Hall in New Pine Creek, Oregon, which is just across the border from New Pine Creek, California. This old church sits along Highway 31 about 5 miles south of the town of Summer Lake, Oregon. It just begged to be photographed as we drove by. We had passed this piece of corkwork, which means quirky artwork, several times in Lakeview, Oregon. On our way out of town, Linda decided she needed to stop and take a photo of it. Happy 4th of July as we pass through Prineville, Oregon, and this is the Crook County Courthouse. It's on Highway 26. Unfortunately, we were too early for the 4th of July parade. The Lookout Mountain Grange number 741, 9 miles east of Prineville, Oregon, is suffering from dwindling membership. The Grange was a national group of farmers founded in 1867 to unite agricultural workers for political action and unity building. This F&W Zephyr Model 37 windmill is over 50 years old and was recently relocated from Madras, Oregon to this ranch just outside of Prineville, Oregon. That Zephyr windmill and the ranch are owned by this couple who were out moving irrigation pipe when we stopped to photograph their windmill. We had a very nice visit with them. And just a few miles south of Summer Lake, Oregon, on Highway 31 is the Summer Lake Wildlife Area. And the two old buzzards thought it would be fun to take an hour and explore this 30 square mile refuge located in the Great Basin drainage area. This refuge is an important stop for waterfowl traveling the Pacific Flyway during their spring and fall migrations. This refuge also provides habitat for shorebirds and other bird species, as well as a variety of mammals and several fish species. The Summer Lake Wildlife Refuge was established back in 1944. During the summer, local waterfowl and shorebirds use these wetlands for their habitat. And here's a cattail going to seed. This is the common milkweed. The wax-coated flexible fibers obtained from this plant were considered to be an excellent substitute for kapok, a fiber used in life preservers. Kapok comes from the seed pods of the kapok tree. 1 pound of milkweed fibers could keep 100 pounds of sailor afloat for about 10 hours. In 1944 and 1945, it is estimated that more than 25 million pounds of milkweed pods were collected for the war effort. The Fort Rock State Natural Area was once Fort Rock State Park and still falls under the jurisdiction of the Oregon State Park System. Fort Rock is a volcanic landmark called a tuff ring, T-U-F-F, located on an Ice Age lake bed in North Lake County, Oregon. The ring is about 4,500 feet in diameter and stands about 200 feet high above the surrounding plain. Rising out of a lake bed, Southerly winds drove waves against the south side of the ring, eroding the soft ash layers and breaching the ring, creating a large opening on the south side. From the air, this tough ring now appears like the letter C. As of the time of this road trip, the state of Oregon allowed flying drones in their state parks. So I took the opportunity to put the drone up in the air and fly around Fort Rock State Scenic Area. This video is 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. The name Fort Rock is derived from the tall, straight sides that resemble the palisades of a fort. Near the Tough Ring feature is Fort Rock Cemetery, established in 1910. The first person interred here was Nathan Rice in 1909. The last person was Maurice Ward in 1992. There are a total of 91 folks buried here, and one is listed as unknown. The Fort Rock Homestead Village was founded in 1984 with 8 charter members. It opened in 1988 with just 2 buildings. More buildings were added to the Homestead Village from surrounding homestead sites, as many were considered hazardous to open-range cattle and would have been put to the torch. Since that time, more homes, a church, and a school have been added to the Homestead Village. The John Day Fossil Beds National Monument has 3 units. We visited the Painted Hills unit. And this is where the Painted Hills gets its name. The different layers were deposited between 18 and 30 million years ago. Volcanic ash prevents the growth of many plants. The black soil is lignite, the greenish-gray is mudstone or siltstone, and the red soil is laterite, which was formed when the area was warm and humid. The Painted Hills unit totals just over 3,000 acres and is located 9 miles northwest of Mitchell, Oregon. Linda and Fannie Mae take the trail to the Painted Hills Overlook. Here's a nice trail around a mound of laterite. Linda met this fellow on one of the trails. He was not really a geologist, but a geology hobbyist. It's not a good idea to hike off trail. The soils here are extremely delicate. Buzzard number 1 enjoyed the view and the bench from the Painted Hills overlook. And here's a panorama shot of the John Day Painted Hills. Okay, there is one fossil in this photo that I did have to remove. Here are several large mounds of laterite and mudstone. This is rhyolite, a detrital laterite. It is highly absorbent and is used as a thickener in chocolate, for kitty litter, in decorative jewelry, and lightweight concrete. It is also the name of a ghost town in Nevada. There is a very, very nice park with shaded picnic tables at the Visitor Center in the Painted Hills unit of the John Day Fossil Beds. Well, I truly hope you've enjoyed episode 2 of our Glacier National Park road trip. In episode 3, we'll have lots more photos along Oregon's back roads. We'll be visiting Heaven's Gate, and at the end, we're going to take you on a special treat to visit the Dog Bark Inn.